What up, everybody? It's your boy Smokes. Welcome back to Smokes World. Give me the dab. Boom, and we back at it with another reaction video. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, we have a Kendrick Lamar interview after what was one of the most epic and historical hip-hop battles in hip-hop history. After all the back and forth, after all the beef, after Drake suing UMG, after all the freaking chaos that just been going on between them two. I mean, syndicated mainstream news channels were covering this story. That's how big it was. In my opinion, it was the greatest hip-hop rap battle ever in history. Don't come at me in the comments, guys, okay? That's just my beliefs, bro. All right, Drake held his own, man. Shout out to Drake, okay? And I know it's getting a lot harder out here for these Drake fans. I'm feeling bad for Drake fans now. It's a big L. A really big L in hip-hop. You know, is Drake still gonna have fans? Yes, of course. Is he still gonna have the streams? Yes, of course. It's Drake. He's a big artist, man. He makes great music. But in this battle, on some hip-hop shit, Drake took one of the biggest L's ever. And Kendrick Lamar is victorious, guys. I don't care what y'all say. You know Kendrick Lamar got that W. It's an interview. I'm hella excited, man. Kendrick Lamar is my top 3 greatest rappers of all time. Guys, I'm just so excited for this, man. Too much talking already. Let's get into it.
I'm new here. Thank you, John. Appreciate you.
The show rolls on.
We can talk about his world-shifting pen, his Pulitzer Prize-winning album, his 22 Grammys, or his...
Bro, Ebro looks so nervous. I haven't seen Ebro this excited since the whole Nicki Minaj scandal, bro. I swear. Bro, he looks so nervous and excited at the same time. He's so happy.
Seismic impact on music spanning more than a decade.
But nobody can speak for the man better than himself. Please welcome Kendrick Lamar.
Let's go.
Well, y'all gotta make some more noise than that.
Hey. Damn, I just can't believe.
Good morning.
Man, I swore I thought Kendrick was gonna give us like a year or two before we got a freaking interview from him. I thought we were gonna have to wait a long time, bro. We didn't have to wait that long, guys. Let's go.
You know, Kendrick, it's a little bit surreal to actually see you in the flesh because you've always made it a point of just letting the music speak for yourself, which is something I really respect. But the spotlight has been shining so brightly on you for the past few months. I've just been wondering how you've been processing behind the scenes, how you've been feeling about everything happening, all the success.
It's just really just I want to look at it like it's just a continuum of who I am, really. I've always stayed to myself. I've always been in my own bubble, whether it's with the fam or whether it's training. How I process it all is just I continue to do what I was doing 10 years ago, and that's like be better in myself, better in the craft, and not look at it as bright lights, you know? Mm-hmm. And it may sound cliche, but it always worked for me, even when I was younger, you know, playing sports or being in the forefront of presentations and stuff like that. It was like, I gotta look at myself in the mirror rather than looking at it as a crowd or, you know, fame and attention.
So now, early days of your career, you know, Section 80 days, even early mixtapes, and you perfecting your craft as an MC. Did you ever think we'd be at the Super Bowl with this?
I wasn't thinking about no Super Bowl.
You never thought about the Super Bowl?
I wasn't thinking about no Super Bowl for sure. We was thinking about the best verse and how we gonna split this $5 at Church's Chicken or something like that. It wasn't no Super Bowl. Going to the studio and getting a meal. But I think, well, what I know is the passion I have now is still the passion I had then. And I think that carried on to the Super Bowl. So it was all about being present. As long as I was present in the studio and present in whatever that line was or whatever that mistake was, rapping or doing hooks or choruses or whatnot, I was present in that moment. I felt that passion. I think being present and not actually foreseeing everything kept me in the grounded state of mind in order to be at, you know, big stages like this.
I think we felt that presence and that focus in your work for the past 15 years. Like Ebro said, going all the way back to projects like Overly Dedicated. And so seeing you perform with Dr. Dre at the halftime show 3 years ago, we already felt like that was the most hip-hop, beautiful halftime show ever. And now for you to come back and be the first solo hip-hop artist to head.
How do y'all feel about that? About Lil Wayne not performing at the Super Bowl when Kendrick Lamar already performed at the Super Bowl? You know, how do y'all feel about that? Let me know in the comment section.
Line. How does it feel being the artist to hit that milestone, and just your thoughts on what that means about hip hop's progression and impact over the years?
But that shit, it made me think about like the grind of it. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't see like the story before the glory, man. And that shit's like shuffling out your mixtapes and, going to neighborhoods and parties and performing there, hole in the wall spots. It reminds me of the essence and the core response of rap and hip hop and how far it can go. So for me, that should mean everything because it puts the culture on the forefront where it needs to be and not minimized to just a catchy song or verse. This is a true art form. So to represent it on this type of stage is like everything that I've worked for and everything that I believe in as far as the culture. Like, I live and die by it. This shit done changed my whole family life, so I don't take it for granted at all as far as an art form,
It feels like
That was a beautiful answer, bro. At first, because Lil Wayne, man, he's a GOAT, right? And at first, I was really upset that Lil Wayne wasn't going to perform at the halftime show. But I was never mad at Kendrick Lamar being there and performing for the halftime show. Never. I wasn't mad at all. I felt bad for Wayne, but I was still happy at the same time for Kendrick Lamar. Because he's just a great artist, man. He's one of the greatest hip-hop artists of all time, bro. He's a GOAT. He has solidified his spot. He is for the culture. And that's just beautiful to see. Great answer by Kendrick.
like that was a lot what this year was about too, right? Like you I guess, you took it and put it on your back and you felt like a line needed to be drawn, right? Was that your intent when you rolled out this year? Was like, yo, I'm drawing a line. Like, this is what it is.
My intent was to always I think from day one was to always keep the nature of it as a sport. I don't care how motherfuckers look at it as far as like, as a collaborative effort, that's cool too, but I love when artists grit their teeth. Like, I still watch battle raps. I still watch Smack URL from Murder Mook to Lux to Tay-Rock, my bro Daylight. This has always been the core definition of who I am, and it's been that way since day one.
I mean, I've always known he's the battle rap fan, right? Shout out to all the battle rappers, man, because really, battle rap is the purest form of hip-hop, I think, man. I mean, that's just my opinion, okay, guys? Go in the comment section and let me know what you think about that.
So I don't think it was a thing for this year. It was always just a continuum. And what I will say about this year, it was more from a space where I think a lot of people was putting rap to the back, and you didn't see that. You didn't see that grit. You didn't see that bite anymore. So I always took that in consideration in going into any type of my music.
That's interesting. So I hope this makes sense, right? We've been following your journey for about 15 years, and you have been so consistent in the messaging and the focus, like you said, and you've always moved with integrity. So in a lot of ways, I feel like we thought we knew exactly who you were as an artist in a positive way. And then last year, it felt like you unlocked a whole new dimension for us. But that person, like you said, was always in there. But I'm wondering, do you still surprise yourself sometimes? Did you surprise yourself last year, or was it just us, the fans, with our jaws on the floor, just stunned?
That's a good question. Surprise myself? Nah, I don't think I surprised myself, because this, for me and for my partners that's been around me since 2005, 2006, like my brothers, they know my personality, they know my capabilities, even when it wasn't presented to the public at first, right? So this is just like a revolving door of what I've been doing in Carson Studios, at the homie garage, or my brothers at TDE, or just anybody around the city of Compton in LA. It's just magnified to the level where I've progressed it and you know, did enough hours to know, okay.
They are asking some really good questions, for real. Like these interviews right here, man. Shout out to Ebro. These interviews right here, they've been doing their thing. You know what I mean? They've been interviewing for Apple, and they're just doing a great job, man. Good questions.
I know where to place it now. I know how to make it connect with people.
It feels like each album, too, getting to this point was like, it was an album for the culture, and it was an album for the critics. You know what I mean? And then it was for the critics,
Yeah.
and then GNX comes along, and it's like, nah. This is an album for anybody, everybody, and anybody who want it at any time. And you brought that energy, and the energy you brought on GNX was an energy that I don't think was really happening in hip hop. Like, it's a Public Enemy level energy. It's a Ice Cube, America's Most Wanted energy.
For sure.
Like, it's a classic, you know, timeless energy. Talk about your headspace between Mr. Morale and this GNX.
Yeah, no, that's great. Go back even further, man. Speaking on that energy, like it's my cousins was like DJ Quick, you know, and Dre, you know, these folks that my people was playing. So I always had that DNA. And you know, you heard that DNA a little bit on Good Kid, Mad City, but I wanted to tell my story first, right? And fast forward to GNX, I felt it was just a perfect time because not only the energy was lost, but it was the energy that was bubbling inside of me as well. I wanted to go back to the forefront of just the bite and just the grit of rap, just all raps and hard-ass beats. And that's like the basics for me. I thought about, damn, what I used to like when I was a kid. Hard raps, good beats, that's smacking, right? And it was a great transition from Mr. Morale because that was my most intimate. I wanted to go inside of my own psyche and my own personal withdrawals and see how it connects with the public and who can relate. So during this time around, I think it was necessary of coming out of that cocoon and feeling like, okay, I arrived now. I can spread my wings and show every state of who I am as far as Kendrick Lamar.
And you really did spread your wings. I mean, you just came off a huge Grammy wins. You walked away with 5 awards, and you won Not Like Us won for Song and Record of the Year, which in itself is remarkable. But I think for people who love and respect hip hop and the roots of this culture, the competitive spirit of it, it has been a little bit mind-bending that you created this massive cultural award-winning anthem out of a battle rap song. And how is that something, after you got off that Grammy stage, you got home in some quiet time, what was going through your head?
I was just thinking about the culture, really. It's always that for me first. I'm not even bullshitting with you. It's like, when people talk about rap, man, the conversations I hear, they think it's just rap and it's not an actual art form. So when you put records like that at the forefront, it reminds people that this 50 years ago, they forget that it's even been here 50 years, right? And like kind of like belittle it. So I love to see that it gets that type of recognition for just straight raps, from awards to the billboards, all that, because this is truly just as big as an art form and a genre as any other genre. So that's what I think about. And I feel accomplished being able to do that. You know, whether somebody else come behind me and do it again and quadruple it, I love to see it. If that was my purpose to do that, then that's exactly what it was for that particular moment.
Man, bro, Kendrick is giving the best answers, I swear to God, and they're giving the best questions. This is absolutely incredible. I love this interview, the energy, everything, man. It's all about respect. It's all about the culture. It's all about hip. I just love to see it, and I'm going to keep watching it, but that's the end of part 1. Guys, there's going to be a part 2, okay? This is a long interview, you know what I mean? So I want to, I'm going to stop it right here, okay? Tomorrow, part 2 will be dropping. Be on the lookout for that. Guys, thank you for tuning in to Smokes World, and thank you for chilling with your boy Smokes. We out.